Mountain Man.
Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. This is a Mountain Man Treasure, and it's a channel all about reselling. And lately, for me, I'm reselling Barbie. Not something that I've done before, but about a month ago or so, I sort of stumbled into a source of vintage Barbies, and these things sell like crazy if you get the right ones. There's a lot of duds out there, just like any other area that you delve into. Video games, for example. There's some games that sell like crazy and for great money, and there's a whole lot of games that just aren't worth even picking up, and you'd have a hard time selling for $1 at a garage sale. That's just how it is. But these back here, these are fantastic, and that's saying something because I've now been to this place 4 times, and other people have been there as well. Lots of Barbies have left that place. I'm still finding new stuff, still finding good stuff. Now, today's trip, a little bit of spur of the moment. I didn't actually realize she was going to be able to meet even this week, and so I wasn't really prepared for it, got no video. And I've actually, a couple of viewers have reached out to ask about certain Barbies and specific kind of Barbies. And I wasn't ready for it. I just kind of got contacted by the lady that's been helping her this afternoon and said, hey, she's open. Can you come out? Well, considering I've only got about 4 or 5 Barbies from the original purchases left, I thought, yeah, why not? Because these things sell. And so let's take a look. I'll run down and take a look at some of these back here. Some of them are really, really cool, and some of them really, really valuable. So let's start at the top of the tower, guys. See if I can get it where you can see her. There she is. I've got this thing stacked 3 high. You know her. That's Reba. This part of the pink label Barbie line. Reba sells pretty steadily, right about $60. So that's going to be a nice sale there. I'm happy about that one. This one over here, Barbie Sensations. Now you'll notice some of them she's got price tags on. Some of them she doesn't. And I paid price on some of them. Some of them she just threw in. So the price tags don't necessarily mean anything. We came up with a deal at the end. I'll tell you what we paid at the end. You can tell me if I'm crazy. But this one is Barbie Sensations, singing Sweethearts with the cool sound. It comes with the cassette tape. Barbie Sensations, worth about $30 to $35. And that one sells very, very well. So I'm happy to pick up that one. Then looking over here at Camp Barbie, this is actually Teresa. And like most Barbie stuff, the sidekicks tend to sell pretty well, and the friends of Barbie tend to sell a little bit better. And Camp Teresa sells for right about $40. I think there's only one of them listed right now, and a fair number are sold. So this one's going to be a quick sale. A lot of these are. A lot of these I might as well box up as soon as I list them because they are going to sell. Let's look over on this side. Now you can see my packages that have to be going out just kind of piled up there. Moroccan Barbie. We're to the Dolls of the World collection. Most of these don't sell for super high dollar, but some of them sell really, really quickly. You can see it's got the original price tag on there from Walmart. It was $19 back when it was purchased. And you know what? It's held its value. That's right about where it's at. It's between $20 and $25 for that one. Down here, we've got Kenyan Barbie. You might recognize her because we've sold this one before. This one is right about $20 plus shipping. That is a nice one. I know viewers of the channel recognize this one because I think I've sold 4 of them now. This is Jamaican Barbie. This one is going to sell pretty quickly after I list it. And again, that one's going to sell right about $20. Peeling some of these off as we go so I don't knock over my tower. Look, we've got, this one is really cool. Princess of China. This is Princess Dolls of the World. So a little bit different line than the other. And this one, I mean, look at that one is really intricate, really gorgeous. I think that one is cool. Obviously, we got 2 of them, and those sell for about $30 to $35 a piece. So those really, really good. And then down here, we'll look at this one. How about this is Force Barbie and Ken. Now, there's a lot of military versions that they put out, and a lot of them aren't worth a ton. But this, the Stars and Stripes Special Edition, this one goes pretty regular, about 30 bucks. And then here, this one, not super valuable. This one, it's Riviera Barbie. But I just thought it was interesting, so I did pick it up. It sells for about 15 or 20 bucks, so nothing fantastic. But this one is really, really good. This one ought to sell very fast. This is a twist and a turn Barbie, and still new in the box. It's got all the paperwork actually behind that cardboard. This one will sell for between $50 and $60. I'm really happy finding that one there. Let's look at these now. These pretty good. This is Gymnast Janet. You can see she was only asking $5 for that. And that one of the better pieces that we picked up, just in terms of how quickly it ought to move. I think that one is going to do very well. I think there's only one of them actually listed right now. I think this one is going to go very well for between 50 and 60 bucks. Now, if you look underneath Janet, we've got Wedgwood. For those of you that do glass, pottery, china, that sort of thing, you might know the Wedgwood name. That is the Wedgwood that we're talking about here. And these are really, really cool, and they sell very well. This is the blue Wedgwood. You can see there it's England, 1759. This one ought to sell pretty quickly for right about 60 bucks. And then relaxing here on the Prospector, we've got another Wedgwood. This one worth a little bit more. The rose-colored dress. This one sells pretty regularly for between 70 and 75 bucks. So a couple of really nice pieces there. This one is really neat, just not super valuable. I paid up for this one just because I wanted to sell it, and I thought it was cool. This, of course, the I Dream of Jeannie, and this ought to sell for right about $45. This one is a pretty solid one, and this one ought to sell pretty quickly. I've noticed there is a little bit of a deal there with the flap coming out. I'll see if I can get it back in, but that's not a big deal because these are not particularly common. The Club Wed Barbie, this was a Target special edition, and this sells all the time at 50 bucks. Let's start over here, and then we will sort of go down the line and finish up. We've got Hawaiian Fun Barbie. This one is pretty cool, though not particularly valuable, but it's still not bad, and it sells well. This will sell between 25 and 30 bucks. Now, the one underneath that is going to do much better. You can see the old Kmart tag on there for $14.99. Look, she's got the longest hair ever. This is Jewel Mermaid Barbie. This one I was very excited to find today. I knew this was a good one, and it sells for about 50 bucks. Now, up here, we've got two different Great Date Kens. And what's awesome about these is you can see, well, this one is even better. Look, he's got the mullet party in the back. And now these are a little different. Obviously, this guy, he's got like a corsage thing going on. He's got the sparkles. Look at that. He got like Flock of Seagulls hair. I think, though, that they're both, even though they're a little different, they both ought to sell for about $20 plus shipping. I might be able to squeeze 25 out of them, but they're probably worth about 20 bucks. Now, we've sold one like this before, Extreme Green Teen Skipper. I sold the cool blue version of this already. I think we sold two of those. The Extreme Green is pretty good. It's about 40 to 45 bucks. So that a nice grab. This is familiar to those who've been watching the channel. This is Puerto Rican Barbie. We sold 3 or 4 of these, I think, now. So we ought to get about 20, maybe $25 for that one. They sell very, very well. Here we've got Glitter Beach Barbie. And look at that. It comes with glitter lotion. It makes you and Barbie glitter. And so we still have the lotion in there. Looks like it actually has kind of evaporated, and all that's left is the glitter. Or it's separated. I'm not sure which. I wouldn't use it, but this one right here, Glitter Beach Barbie, ought to go for about 25 bucks. Now, over here, Hot Skatin' Ken, I had to pick him up just because of the outfit. This is fantastic. I love the neon tiger stripes. Hot Skating Ken is pretty good. He'll sell for about 30 to 35 bucks. Now, this one is really, really nice. Superstar Barbie. This one, now, we've talked about how the sidekicks usually are worth a lot more, and a lot of the Barbies aren't worth a ton, but this one, actually, really, really good. This one I would expect to sell at least $90. The comps are a little all over the place. I think it depends a little bit on availability and a little bit on packaging. And this package shows some wear, but not that much. It's actually pretty good. There's comps, sold comps for as high as 150 bucks. So we'll try and shoot high at that 150. We sell a lot of international, and so we're going to try for that 150 and see what happens. Now, the coolest one is behind all of these. Let's move them, and I'll show you. Okay, here she is. This is a Bob Mackey. This is one of the first Bob Mackeys that I have picked up. Bob Mackey, there's the signature right there. This comes with a print. Bob Mackey is the one that designed the dresses and the outfits. He is a designer, and he designed some very elaborate Barbies. And some of his stuff goes for crazy money. Now, this one here is the Fantasy Goddess of Africa. You can see it's never been removed from the box. We've got still the bubble wrap down here. And then on the bottom, that's her stand, and that is still sealed. So this is fantastic, still new in the box with the print. Some Bob Mackey designed Barbies. He started doing that in 1990, I believe, was the first year. The gold Barbie that he came out with in that year, it has sold for upwards of $1,200. There are some out there that sell for crazy money, but this is just, it's gorgeous. And it's not super, super high end. It certainly, we paid more for this than for any others once we kind of figure out individually, but it was worth it because the sell-through on this is very, very high. And I would expect that we get about $150 for this one doll. Very, very cool. We did get one other piece there, just because I like him. I don't know what the value is, but these are, I believe they're called squeakers. See this guy? Look at this guy. I don't know if he's an elf, if he's a sprite. I don't know what he is. Now, his squeaker, it's given its last squawk. He doesn't really squeak anymore. But I believe they made these in the 1960s. They had various, even in the 50s, I think. They had lots of different versions. I don't know how much they are, but they threw this guy in. So he was definitely worth picking up. I just think he's neat. I'll do some research. He might be worth a little bit. If not, he's going to hang here with me. I think he's fun, and I bet he probably is worth a little bit of something. So at the end of the day, we paid $541. That's the most we've dropped in a single trip. Like I said, we paid up on a couple of those just because they were more special to her, and I get it. And I've been paying her pretty much what she's been wanting on everything because she's given me fair prices, and she's treating me well. And she's been inviting me out to come in to even looking not only her shop, but in her home and pull out of her personal collection. So I've been taking care of her as far as prices go. And that said, we're still going to do well. I recognize that sounds like a ridiculous amount of money to drop on. I think there's 26 or 28 of these things that we picked up today. But as you heard, some of them are going to go for 100 plus. And one thing that I've learned about these is they sell very, very quickly. So we're not going to be leaving our money sitting out there for very long because these sell really quickly, and it's got a worldwide market on them. I've sent these things everywhere to France, Germany, Croatia. I've sent these things all over the place. So as soon as I list these things, they're going to start selling. So $541 in. I've done the rough math on what I anticipate getting out of them, and it looks like we're going to get between $1,100 and $1,200 out of them. So basically, we're doubling our money, and I would expect that would happen within the next week to 2 weeks. We're going to make $500-600 net profit off of these. So it's not huge, but as easy as they are to photograph, and frankly, as easy as they are to ship, I mean, it's a box that I bubble wrap and put in a box. You can't do much wrong. They're very, very simple and very good money, and it gets people coming into my store And I think that activity promotes eBay to bump up some of my other stuff because I'll sell other listings that have been sitting for a long time because I think I've got activity in my store. So that's the Barbies that we picked up in this latest surprise trip. I'm sure we'll be out there again. She's got lots of other stuff out there to look at as well. So that's what we got. Hit the thumb, hit the bell, comment down below. My dog says hi, and we'll see you next time. Bye.